Welcome to the Elmhurst Public Library's eBooks and eAudiobooks presentation. Today we'll be discussing the different collections that the library offers for accessing eBooks and eAudiobooks on the go. First, you'll want to find the app store located on your device and download the following. CloudLibrary's application is called CloudLibrary. Digital Library of Illinois has two applications, the recommended being Libby, but also Overdrive for the devices that need that, and Hoopla is called Hoopla. Once you have the app downloaded and installed, you can open up the CloudLibrary app and you will see this welcome screen to get started. First, you'll want to choose your preferred language within the app, then your country, your state or region, and then your local public library. So we'll choose the Elmhurst Public Library since that is who we are. Before using the app, you will have to accept and agree to the terms of use. Once you accept and agree to the terms, you'll enter your library card number and your PIN. You'll be greeted with some slides, but you can go ahead and skip that at the bottom by selecting skip. The way the CloudLibrary application is set up, you'll notice across the bottom you'll have selection for Home, My Books, Search, and Account. Currently, since I don't have any books checked out, My Books shows nothing, so I'm going to go over to Search. Here you'll see all of the different collections that we have set aside. You'll notice that these are curated collections that our librarians make. So you'll see currently we have the York Summer Reading titles that are available digitally through the CloudLibrary platform. Those are singled out as easy collections for people to find. Across the top of the screen, you'll notice that you get a search bar so you can search for a title, author, or keyword. I actually happen to see a title that does interest me on this page. That is the Hocus Pocus sequel, and although I do not have the time to read it right now, I do want to save it for later because it's something that I will want to read in the future. The Save for Later feature is very useful because it gives you a place where you can gather all of the books that you might not have the time for, but an easy way to remember those titles and go back to them when you do have the time. I do know a book that I'd like to read, so I'll go ahead and show you how to borrow a book. You can just select the title you like and you'll tap borrow, and now you'll see that you have the option to read it or return it. So that's how you can browse and borrow materials in the featured list. But what about titles that interest you? That's where favorites comes in handy. As long as you're on the search feature, you'll notice in the lower portion of the screen, you'll notice three categories at the top: featured, favorites, and all. Featured is our curated list made by the library, favorites is what you're interested in, and all is the entire collection. If you do favorites, you'll have a selection of things that interest you as an individual reader. Do you prefer fiction, nonfiction? And then from there, categories of books that you enjoy to read, and you can select these. And then every time you go into your favorites list, titles will populate based on those interests that you have selected. You can always go back and adjust these categories to either remove or add more in the future. So I selected some biography and humor, so when I am in favorites, that's what populates for me. Now, as you're browsing, you do have a filter option. You'll notice an icon that sort of looks like a funnel at the upper right-hand portion of the screen. When you tap on that, you can select to be shown specific materials. Maybe you'd like to filter out and only see audiobooks and what's available. So you can make those selections in that filtered list. This is where you can also limit by things like language. Now I've jumped ahead and found an audiobook that I'm going to borrow. So I'm going to borrow this audiobook. Now when I go into my books collection, so at the lower portion of the screen, I'll tap on My Books. I'll see the two items that I have checked out currently. In this list, I can also go to the top and select my saved items, and you'll notice that I still have that Hocus Pocus title. In My Books, you'll see all of the titles that you have checked out as well as their due dates. So you'll notice that these two titles that I have checked out are due in 14 days. after which they'll be automatically returned. Moving over to the Account tab in the lower right, you will notice that this is where you can change several settings, one of which is your cellular data usage. This is useful so it cuts back on the amount of cellular data you use by changing to where it only downloads items when you are within range and connected to Wi-Fi. Otherwise, you'll only be using your cellular data to stream rather than download. Now, reading a book is very similar across all of the apps. CloudLibrary, once you select to read a title, it will open. You can move ahead a page by either tapping the right side of the screen or swiping to the left, and you will go forward a page. If you tap the left side of the screen or swipe to the right, you'll move back a page. When you tap in the middle of the screen, you'll get a menu that you can see here where you can adjust the font size, the font type, as well as the background and other options to make reading easier for you, depending on what time of the day or just according to your preference. When listening to an audiobook, it works very similarly. Once opened, it will begin to play at normal speed. But when you tap in the middle of the screen, you will see several options, such as changing the speed or setting a timer. Many of us might listen to an audiobook before we go to sleep, and setting the timer allows you to make sure that it stops after a certain amount of time so you don't fall asleep and end up so far ahead. Now here's a quick video showing you how to navigate our website to find more help with eBooks and eAudiobooks. Visit our webpage, elmlib.org/ebooks. Here you will see the platforms available through the Elmhurst Public Library, including CloudLibrary, Digital Library of Illinois, and Hoopla. Each one of these has a separate application for use on smart devices. On this same webpage, you will notice all of these useful links. If after looking through these links you still have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact us at the phone number or email address provided on this webpage. We're going to take a look at the Quick Start Guide. If you select the link for Quick Start, you will be brought to a web page that has several useful links. These links will bring you to pages for device-specific help. For example, if you choose the Kindle instructions, you will see that the Kindle-compatible ebooks are available through the Digital Library of Illinois collection, and this will list any instructions that you need to get started downloading ebooks to your Kindle. They also have platform-specific help. For instance, the Digital Library of Illinois has the Libby application. By selecting this link, you'll see all of the useful tools that they provide, including videos and more additional help to guide you along your ebook journey. In addition to providing ebooks and eAudiobooks, Hoopla's platform also provides a generous collection of video content. So as you look through their information on their website, they will give you more device-specific options such as Roku and other streaming devices that offer the Hoopla application specifically designed for video content. So feel free to visit their webpage and take a poke around to learn about your specific devices and the different compatibility options. These platform websites offer you many tools in finding more information about your specific devices, and even include videos to help you along the way. Our website will also list all of the checkout limits for each of these platforms. As you'll learn, CloudLibrary and Digital Library of Illinois collections are limited, meaning that not everything is always available and you may have to be placed on a waiting list and contacted when it becomes available, where Hoopla's collection is always available and you are limited to a certain number of checkouts per month. Please refer to our website to learn more, and again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to help.